thanks for being here. You're all pregnant women between the ages of 18 to 28. And I am doing this paper for my class. And the goal is that I've identified a Healthy People 2020 goal, and that is to increase the proportion of infants who are ever breastfed. Now, I did speak to you guys individually before about your views on breastfeeding, and I know that you, Kathy, told me that you're on the fence about it. You're not so sure. You have many months to go, so
correct.
You're thinking about it. Mm-hmm. And I know, Ms. Vivine, that you're almost positive that this is what you want to do, and you want to do this exclusively. And Simone, you've also told me that, this is something that you've considered, but you're not 100% sure. So my goal here tonight is to speak to you guys about the importance of breastfeeding, how is it beneficial to you and to the baby, and hopefully by the end of this teaching session, you would have made up your mind about what you're going to do. Okay? So the objectives for tonight are: 1, at the end of this presentation, you'll be able to identify 3 benefits of breastfeeding for the baby, right? I'll discuss some health benefits, some emotional benefits, and physical benefits. Objective number 2, you'll be able to explain 3 benefits of breastfeeding for the mom. Health, again, physical, and emotional. And the third objective is that you'll be able to distinguish between facts versus myths associated with breastfeeding. Okay, so one health benefit associated with breastfeeding for the baby is that the first milk that the mom makes is called the colostrum, right? This is often known as liquid gold. It is yellow, thick, and very rich in nutrients, and the antibodies to protect baby from infections and build up the baby's immune system. It's very easy to digest. That's one very, very important health benefit of breastfeeding for the baby. An emotional benefit for the baby is that it helps to promote bonding and regulation of hormones and the baby's heart rate. And a physical benefit is that it promotes the development of the baby's mouth and facial muscles, and it leads to better teeth in the future. Okay, so just to reiterate, the colostrum that the the mom's body makes, is rich in nutrients, and it helps the baby fight off, develop antibodies to protect them from infections, and it promotes the regulation of hormones and the baby's heart rate, and it also helps the development of the baby's facial muscles. Okay, for the mom, health benefits include it burns about 500 calories per day. So the mom is able to get back to that pre-body weight, and I know, Kathy, you were very concerned with this.
Absolutely, absolutely.
So that's one key factor why breastfeeding is best for the mom. Another health benefit is that it lowers the risk of ovarian cancer and some forms of breast cancer. It strengthens your bones and protects against osteoporosis in the later years. Okay. And an emotional benefit is the same as it was for the baby, that it helps to promote bonding and regulation of hormones for the baby. Okay? So, those are any questions?
Yes. So I heard that when you're breastfeeding, it takes longer to get your period back. Is that true?
I'm not sure if that's necessarily true, but I have known of women who do breastfeed and it takes a longer time for their period. So I'm not sure if it's going to be the same case for everyone, but I'm certain that for most women who breastfeed, it takes them a longer time for their period to come back.
So that means I can't get pregnant?
That does not mean you can't get pregnant.
Oh, really?
This is not a birth control issue. This is a nourishing your baby and protecting the baby issue. Okay, but it's not a birth control issue.
Okay.
You absolutely can get pregnant still while breastfeeding your baby.
Okay.
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 Any other question? Certainly.
Sorry. Not feeling a little well today, that's why.
Okay.
You have to eat healthy
Absolutely.
while you're breastfeeding, correct?
Absolutely.
Yes.
It's important that you nourish your body. You take an adequate amount of water or liquid, and it's important that not because you're burning the calories mean that you're going to eat whatever you want to eat. It's good to have a balanced meal so that whatever you're eating is nourishing your body and the baby's body as well.
Okay.
Okay.
Question, just to piggyback off her question, you said that as a result of breastfeeding, you would lose 500 calories per day. I have witnessed women breastfeeding and gain weight. How would you explain that dynamic?
It probably is going to depend on their calorie intake. I would say I'm not a breastfeeding expert, but I would say that it depends on whatever their caloric intake is and how much the baby takes from the breast. If they're breastfeeding and bottle feeding at the same time, then the baby might get some breast, some bottle. So it depends on whatever that dynamic is at home and what they're doing. I wouldn't necessarily think that it's solely attributed to breastfeeding and gaining weight. Okay.
I think my friend Vivian had one last question.
I was thinking, I wanted to piggyback off your statement, was I think exercise too is a big factor. If you're going to bring in how much calories can we take in, if it's 2,500 for us and the baby's getting 500, right?
Yeah.
We should
It's
be able
important
to
though,
balance
after
out.
you have the baby,
Yeah.
that if you're gonna start any exercise regime, that you need to consult your doctor first before, so you know that you're able to start, what type of exercise you're gonna start, and how much you can do.
Okay.
Okay.
Also, with the milk production, with the exercise that you're doing, would that increase the production of milk?
I can't say for certain that exercise is directly correlated with milk production, but I think with the body working, together, everything working well, it may have some association, but I'm not sure what the direct correlation would be. Okay. Now that you guys have asked some questions, have you ever heard of any, certainly it was a good segue, the questions you asked into my next segment, which is the third goal, which is to distinguish between some facts and myths. So you mentioned something earlier about, is it true that you gain weight, or is it true that, what was your question? I don't remember question exactly.
Oh, about getting pregnant.
Right.
With that, yeah.
So we'll just go over 5 very, very well-known myths that people believe happen. All right. So myth number 1. The mom's asking, how can I know how much